There are certain elements that you have to have in your skill set to be a good putter, to hole putts. You have to be able to roll the ball effectively. You have to be able to read the green effectively, and then you have to judge the speed based on that read, because the line you choose will be different based on how hard you hit it. Okay? So that implies that I need to learn how to roll the ball effectively, and that's a skill I can learn. I need to learn how to read the greens, and that's a skill I can learn. And then I have to use the judgment that I have to control the speed. I can learn speed control. So if I can learn those three things, I can become a great putter. So the number one thing I want to get out of you to get out of this today is great putters are made, they are not born. Great putters are made, they are not born. I've never seen a child come out of the womb and make a 30-footer. So it's not born, it's made, you create it. But if you do it in a, what would you say, if you do it in a kind of a logical, progressive, systematic way, then you can show progress. And really, the number one psychological element in being a great putter is having hope. You believe that you might make this. You genuinely, all the way down to the cellular level, you believe you have a shot at making this. It's when you become pessimistic based on your past history that problems start to happen. Okay? When you start saying, I'm a terrible putter, and I never make them and everybody else does. They always lip out, they never lip in. How come I always get the bad bounce? How come I always get the toughest putt? Blah, 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 blah. That's when you become a terrible putter, because you're programming the very thing that you're saying. You're drawing to you, like a magnet, you're drawing to you those very things that you're trying so desperately to avoid. It doesn't make sense, but that's the way it works. Okay? So today we're going to talk about the number one skill, and that is learning how to roll the ball effectively. So, Mr. McGrew, if I have this ball and I roll it like this, okay, it rolls like that, that would be pretty efficient, wouldn't it? Compared to this, right? Okay? So, if I rolled it like this, and the imperfections in the green, which we're going to talk about in some detail, if that happens, if this ball is rolling like this and it hits a bump, what will it do? Bounce straight up and it'll keep going on that line, right? If it's rolling like this, okay, if it's rolling like that, wobbly, and it hits that bump, it's going to plinko off in the direction of the slope of that, right? And it's going to have a much greater effect on where the ball ends up. So the first half of this clinic, we're going to be working on this. Learning to roll it like that. Learning to roll it like that. And then just see if today you can learn the skill of getting the ball to roll end over end. That was a pretty good one. Now, about your stroke. I have this board set up, and I'm going to keep the heel of the putter on this board like this. And so everyone would agree that's a straight line down here on the bottom, isn't it? That's a straight line, okay? Doesn't have a curve in it. But yet, if I set the putter up like this and I take this back, the putter's inside the target line. Can you see that? Even though the board itself is flat, the putter is inside the target line. Why would this putter head go inside that white stick if I'm on this flat board? USGA says that you have to have at least 10 degrees of angle in the shaft to a vertical line. That means that you're putting on a circle. And so now, if I have the putter sitting right there, you can see that this part of the circle is very far inside of where it started, isn't it? So if you want to have a straight back and straight through stroke, what really has to happen? It goes a little inside, goes back to square, goes a little inside. Unless you're Bryson DeChambeau, who putts like this, and then you can go straight back and straight through. When the putter head comes off the ground, it's going to move to the inside as well. Have you ever seen anyone putt like this? Keeping the putter on the ground. I knew one guy that tried to learn to do that back in the mini tour days. He never wanted the sweet spot of the putter to come off of the target line, and he tried to perfect this. Putter shaft straight up and down, straight up and down, straight up and down, and straight up and down out there. Very, very difficult. He didn't get better when he worked on it. Okay, but boy, he put in a really good try. So those would be the ways you can take the putter straight back and straight through, awkward as they are. You could have the putter vertical, then it would go straight back and straight through, or you can move your hands back and keep the putter straight up and down, and move your hands forward and keep the putter straight up and down. And you could learn to do that. Very complicated, right? Isn't it a lot easier just to put the ball right there and kind of go like that? That seems so easy. Left hand low, right hand low, split grip, claw, right? All those things are your preference. So the idea that you want to take the putter back and straight through is a little bit of a myth. I've got these little stations set up so you can see if your putter has some wild variance in it. So if you hit the tees on either side, that means your putter is wandering around like this, and that may not be the best approach. Okay? So it's possible. Even on lumpy greens, it's possible to do that. And if you don't leave here with anything else, leave here with the idea that, hey, I can learn to do that. May not be able to do it today every time. We'll do it today some,